Hey, Chocopy here. So yesterday, or the day before, I drew this. In this art, I experimented with some textured brushes. So I'm going to explain and rate the brushes I used. Okay, so first let's talk about the character textures. As you may know, I suck at texturing clothes, so I messed around with some textured brushes, especially here. And I use this charcoal brush on a low opacity soft light layer. I also use Net 1 on an add layer. For an extra touch of texture, I also used the flower shower brush. And finally, for the hair, I used a 0.1 brush. For the sketching brush, I used Acrylic Opaque 2. For the lineup brush, I used Soft Falcon Pen Bleed, or the Soft Falcon. For the background, I actually only used one brush, watercolor. I also used this on an add layer to create the sunlight shining through the trees. So now let's rate these brushes. It didn't have a big effect on the shirt's texture, and it wasn't the most useful, but it can be used for texturing things like carpets. 4 out of 10. While it didn't texture the shirt in a realistic way, the texture it gave was definitely more pleasing to the eye. Same goes for Flower Shower. I'll give these two brushes a 6 out of 10. A lot of people use this brush for hair textures, and while it doesn't work with my style in the same way, it's still nice to look at. But I'll give it a 2 out of 10 for using it on hair. Just draw your own highlights. This one is just really good for sketching. I loved using it personally, although that's just my opinion. Soft Falcon works very well if you want texture and line weight, but use mobile phones or just your stylus doesn't give you line weight. I loved this brush. Not only did it work for drawing the background in ways other bleeding brushes didn't, but it also worked wonders for the sun rays since it already splits at the end, making the same effect as sun rays shining through leaves or trees. I have to split this into multiple parts since it's over a minute long. I could just speed it up or post it as this almost 2-minute long video and just hope people watch it anyway, even without the trending audio in the background.